How's it going, everybody? Well, the Green Bay Packers suffered a couple devastating losses today in Denver. They lost the game. Denver Broncos defeated them 34-26, but that's not even what I'm really most concerned about. The Green Bay Packers have seemed to have, we'll look at how serious the injury is, but Christian Watson went down again, did not return. Zach Tom went down, did not return. And by far the most brutal loss of this entire season, Micah Parsons went down with a non-contact injury. It's feared to be an ACL tear. An MRI will confirm that probably tomorrow. We don't know for sure, hopefully praying for the best, but just absolutely devastating. It's crazy. This entire season has really been a week-to-week league. And it's crazy how the Packers can come in this game riding so high on a 4-game winning streak. Just went through an NFC North gauntlet. Played very, very well. Come into Denver. The first drive, Micah gets a forced fumble. Coop recovers it. Packers go down. They get a field goal. They played a very good first half. Jordan was on fire. Everyone was on fire. And they come out in the second half, and it is just an absolute nightmare. First play of the second half, Jordan throws it up, and it's intercepted by Surtain, but that's not even the worst part. Watson went down with his injury. They said it was a chest injury. We'll see how serious it is. But it seemed, at least for me, that the second that ball was intercepted, the instant Pat Surtain intercepted that ball, the game was over. The Green Bay Packers had lost this game. And even worse, then Micah goes down. Zach Tom was down at some point. A couple more injuries. Quay went down for a little bit. He did return. Jaden Reed hobbled off near the end of this game. Jacobs was banged up a little bit. He played great. The crazy thing about all this is it seemed that there was a lot of time in this game, especially in the fourth quarter, where the Broncos just kept giving the Packers chances, chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to go and win this game or at least tie it up. And unfortunately, it just seemed like the Packers had taken too many punches to the jaw, and they just couldn't respond. The O-line fell apart. Everything fell apart. It was an absolute, complete nightmare for the Green Bay Packers. And now all that matters to me, and I'm sure to many other Packer fans, all that matters is the health of our players. And we'll find out more this week on Christian and Zach Tom and Micah. But let's get into the stats here for this game. Jordan Love, 24 of 40, 276 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and 2 interceptions. Of course, that one to Pat Surtain, and then one that was kind of bobbled by Dontavian Wicks, and then intercepted by Moss. So I don't know if I necessarily blame Jordan for that. The pass was a little behind, and it just, yeah. Jordan went down 3 times, 3 sacks, all in the second half. Jordan put up excellent numbers in the first half, over 200 yards passing, just excellent. Only 62 yards passing for Jordan in the second half. And plenty of opportunities to go out there and at least tie this game, and just couldn't do it. Just couldn't get it done. Josh Jacobs, 12 attempts, 73 yards. He had 1 rushing touchdown and 1 receiving touchdown. The receiving touchdown that Josh had was awesome. Just kind of mossed the guy. It was awesome. It was a really good catch by Josh Jacobs. Only his second receiving touchdown in his career, and now both have come with the Green Bay Packers. He had that one last year. I think it was against the Texans. And then, yeah, this one today. Leading receiver in yards was Jaden Reed. He had 5 receptions for 55 yards. Also tied with that with leading the team, Matthew Golden, 3 receptions for 55 yards. He had a couple of good grabs today. Luke Musgrave, he had 4 receptions for 52 yards, and he would have a lot more than that if the man could just stay on his feet when he catches the ball. That'd be great. He probably could have had another 40, 50 yards in that one big catch. But Musgrave seems to have a problem with staying on his feet. Granted, the ball was a little in front of him, so I'm not going to blame him too much on that. Going to the defense, Edric Cooper led the team in tackles. He had 8 total tackles. He also had the fumble recovery that was punched out by Micah. Xavier McKinney, he had 7 total tackles, and he was all over the field today. McKinney probably had maybe 2 or 3 dropped interceptions. But he definitely was a ball hawk today. Prevented a couple of plays. Micah Parsons, he had amazing pressure. That man's a machine. He had a great pressure on Bo Nix the entire first half and up until his injury. That man is an absolute machine and is such a devastating loss for the Packers. Such a devastating loss, and nothing but prayers for Micah, man. Like, it sucks. I know I'm kind of at a loss for words, and it just sucks. It sucks so much, and it really just feels like the season just kind of like was up, and then we have this game where all these guys go down, and all of a sudden it's like hit a brick wall. Man, but yeah, before Parsons' injury, he was playing excellent. Rashawn Gary, he had a couple of good pressures today. Enigbari had a couple of good pressures today. They couldn't get it to Nix at all. He had no sacks on the day. Brandon McManus, he was 4 for 4 for field goals against his former team. Green Bay Packers on offense were 6 of 13 on 3rd down. 1 for 3 on 4th down. And probably the biggest reason why the Packers lost, 1 for 4 in the red zone. This is something we have discussed a couple times already this year, that the Packers get in the red zone and they just could not get in the end zone. And the one time they did, it was that touchdown pass. The touchdown pass to Josh Jacobs. Other than that, the Packers just could not get in the end zone, and that was the biggest difference in this game. Switching over to the Broncos, Bo Nix played excellent today. He really did. He was 23 of 34, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, wasn't sacked at all. He played very, very well. So shout out to Bo Nix. Actually, shout out to the entire Broncos team. I mean, they played excellent in this game. R.J. Harvey, he led the team with 65 yards, a touchdown. He did also have that fumble early in the game. Sutton, he had 7 receptions, 113 yards, and a touchdown. Franklin, Humphrey, and Brady, they all had 1 reception, 1 touchdown reception each. Moss and PS2, of course, having those interceptions on Jordan Love. A couple of team stats I do want to just run by quick. The Packers, time of possession, 29 minutes, 28 seconds. Denver, 30 minutes and 32 seconds. Packers had 19 first down compared to Denver's 21 first downs. 362 total yards for the Packers, 391 total yards for the Denver Broncos. And then again, the red zone difference, the Packers 1 for 4, and the Denver Broncos were 4 for 4 in the red zone. So, yeah, looking ahead to next week, the Green Bay Packers, of course, brutal injuries today. But you gotta just go with next man up. That's all you can do, because the Packers head to Chicago on Saturday to take on the Bears, who have now taken back control of the division. So another tough game, another tough divisional game for For the Packers, of course, last week the Packers defeated the Bears at home, so this will be a big game. If the Packers can go into Chicago and get a dub, then this loss doesn't feel so bad. Of course, the loss of injury is bad, but the loss on the record, for the record, isn't so bad. I was talking to a buddy earlier that if the Packers were going to lose one more game this year, they had to lose one more game, it would be this one. It's an interconference game. But obviously the injury is more of a loss than anything. I don't think of course you can go on Packers Twitter, and Packers Twitter is just falling apart. And I'm not going to be like that. I'm not. They lost. They lost a lot of things. They lost a tough game to an extremely good opponent. The Denver Broncos are hold on to that number 1 seed in the AFC. They've clinched playoff berth. So congratulations to the Denver Broncos. And yeah, the season's not over. It's not over by a long shot. The Packers still have 3 games to go in the season. If you win out, you can still win the North. You can still make the playoffs. The Lions lost today to the Rams. The Rams also clinched playoff berth, so congratulations to them. So all is not lost. All is not lost. Of course, losing Micah is brutal, and it sucks, and it's probably gonna make a big difference if the Packers have lost Micah Parsons for the entire season. It's gonna be a big loss and make a big difference if the Packers have not lost Christian Watson again. You saw how vital those 2 players were when they went down. The second Christian went down, the offense fell apart. The second Micah went down, the defense fell apart. So obviously it's brutal, but the season isn't over. There's still time. Like I said, the Packers can still win the division, and they can still get in the playoffs. And once you get in the playoffs, then it's a completely different season. But on to Chicago. I do believe the Packers can still win out. I think they can beat the Bears, they can beat the Ravens, and they can beat the Vikings. So all is not lost. Still have to have hope and faith in this Packers team. This is a very good team. I still have faith in this team. But of course, it's a brutal loss. You look at the film and you learn from it. And if we have lost critical guys, it's next man up. That's all you can do. But I'm staying optimistic. It's a tough loss. But on to Chicago. On to Chicago. Thanks for watching.